It has now been 1 week since Hurricane Helene ripped a more than 500-mile-long path through the Southwest, forever changing mountain communities there. Search and rescue teams are still making their way through some of the hardest hit areas, especially in North Carolina, where roads were completely washed away. The terrain adding to a number of challenges those crews are facing, and more than 200 people died in the devastating storm, but that number likely to continue to grow, with hundreds still missing. The federal government now facing some criticism over its response and funding that could eventually go all the way to Capitol Hill. Correspondent Brooke Schaefer is live for us still there in Asheville, North Carolina. And Brooke, we know some communities around you are still waiting for more help.
Yeah, absolutely, Nichole, especially up in the mountains in western North Carolina. A lot of those people still cut off from cell service, power, things like running water, and they are in desperate need of help. Take a listen.
We haven't seen FEMA, we haven't seen Red Cross, we haven't seen Hearts with Hands, we've seen no agencies come through here. Most people drive through with their cameras out, filming us like we're animals in a zoo, and don't stop. You've got some nice people that are stopping, but majority, no. We've seen no help through here.
Now, the Red Cross and FEMA have called any notion that they aren't in North Carolina or anywhere in this storm's path rumor and misinformation. They say is hurting their relief efforts. The White House today said that FEMA has the funds it needs, and it's provided $45 million in direct financial assistance to individuals directly impacted by this storm. FEMA, for their part, says they've got more than 1,000 employees in this area. That's, of course, on top of the 6,700 National Guardsmen from 16 different states that are in the worst areas right now. But potentially hindering those critical efforts, Nichole, is the widespread devastation across the state of North Carolina. Homes and businesses annihilated by Helene's flooding. Most are still without power, gas, or running water. Right now, there are power crews working around the clock to turn the lights back on. But today, there are still roughly 1 million people in the storm's path without power. County officials near Asheville today said they expect most people to hopefully have power by the end of this weekend, though, of course, it could be several weeks for people in those hardest hit neighborhoods. Nichole?
Absolutely, Brooke. And we're seeing reports only about 1 in every 200 homes there have federal flood insurance. So the mayor there is concerned about not only getting things back up and running, but just how much all of this will cost.
Absolutely. And President Biden has already said that this is going to cost billions of dollars to get these cities and communities back up on their feet. Of course, a major layer to all of that are going to be those homes that don't have flood insurance. People today already thinking about that as they are cleaning up their damaged homes.
We don't know. We're not expecting, obviously to replace the house or anything off of any sort of insurance money. We are applying for FEMA disaster relief, and we are hopeful, but nobody was prepared for this. I mean, 30 feet of water coming down the valley was just something none of us ever imagined.
And I spoke with one woman here in Asheville, actually, Nichole, who lost both her home and her business. She said it's going to cost her hundreds of thousands of dollars. She doesn't know if she has the financial means or even the spirit, really, she said, to pick up the pieces. Nichole?
Yeah, it's so much devastation. Brooke, thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.